Coming up on Singapore Business Night, a look at the local fashion scene. Stay with us. Fashion industry, where Singapore designers have often found it an uphill battle to stay afloat in the competitive retail environment here. Now, apart from the influx of cheap clothing from China, local designers also say they face discrimination from landlords who prefer to give prime floor space to international brands. Still, there are boutique labels that have managed to flourish. Channel News Asia's Priya Paramajoti checks them out.
Designer David Wang began Advance Apparel 20 years ago, slowly showcasing his work in department store corners before opening his own shop. He and his partner now run the business, which rolls out clothes for brands like IS, Forward Statement and Daniel Yam. The business easily rakes in average monthly retail sales of about $600,000. It's also secured another $77,000 worth of orders from wholesalers in the US and UK following a showing at this year's Singapore Fashion Week.
I think to be a successful designer, you're constantly on a tightrope. You have to maintain your creativity, but then of course you have to maintain that commercial viability. At the end of the day, you're talking about retailing your things. The sales have to speak for themselves in order to survive.
Then there are the added challenges from difficult mall operators who often refuse to give local brands prime locations on level 1.
We're given, very second-class treatment. We're always given tucked away or level 2, level 3 locations.
It's a sentiment that fellow designer Celia Low shares.
We should have a space for all our local brands so that when tourists come to Singapore, they want to look at what the Singaporean designers are doing rather than the international brands, because they have that in their own countries.
Designer Celia Low first started her fashion career in the early 1970s when she set up her first boutique and factory. This has since grown into a successful business encompassing over 10 boutiques in Singapore and Malaysia. Low is not letting challenges in the local market weigh her down. She's looking to expand abroad and is now hoping to bring in $500,000 worth of business by selling to Russia, South Korea and the US. Low's advice to young designers looking to start their own label: understand the market and customers' needs before taking the plunge.
And it's time for another break, but when we come back, our special year-end series, a look at the Asian market. Stay tuned.
The significant development, I think, is the market coming around to the view that the global growth is still fairly strong. So by virtue of that, we had still fairly strong inflows, particularly into emerging markets. So, for example, in Asia, we saw very strong equity inflows, which supported Asian currencies. Obviously, as well, the key theme in Asia has been Chinese growth being very strong and attempts by the Chinese policymakers to try to slow growth.
Mitsubishi Electric Quality MEQ. A new benchmark in quality lifestyle that offers the highest standards of comfort, efficiency and durability. Applying the MEQ standard of excellence to products, our technologies help provide essentials for everyday life while conserving resources and protecting the environment. Mitsubishi Electric.